Okay, so now we have a power rule. You've done the product rule, you've done the quotient rule, and now we're going to do the product rule. So, hopefully when you did this, you actually changed the numbers that I had you change, because writing W to the 100th power is not what I wanted you to spend all your time doing. So hopefully you did that. So this one says 8 to the 5th power. Just like this said 5 to the 2nd power and you wrote 2 of them inside the parenthesis, we're going to do the same thing. 8 to the 5th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it says to write what I just did 4 different times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so when I do that, I have 5, 10, 15, 20. I have 8 to the 20th power. Then I have x to the 3rd inside the set of parentheses. X times x times x. And that says to write that 4 different times. So x times x times x, x times x times x, and last but not certainly least is x times x times x. So how many x's do I have? So 3, 6, 9, 12. I have 12 of them. So the next question is the same question we were asking on the other ones that we have done. I'm going to compare the first column to the third column. If you notice, again, the bases are the same. So the bases stay the same. Now when I do this, if you look at the exponents, what happens with the exponents? I had 2 and 3 and it became 6, 5 and 4 and it became 20, 3 and 4 and it became 12. If you look at that, they've multiplied the exponents together. So the exponents are multiplied. The exponents are multiplied. So down here, when I write this, I'm going to multiply my exponents. So I multiply m and n together. Okay, so let's go to the next page and finish out what we're doing. Okay, so I actually asked you to change a couple of these things, so hopefully you did. We want to change this 9 to a 5. I said change this 17 just to a plain 7, and this 100 to the 10th, and this to the 2nd. It just makes it easier when you're doing this in expanded form. I will not make you write anything out to the 100th power. But there's not a ton of space, so I'm actually going to use the space up here. So it says to write 7 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it says to write that 5 different times. Now, sometimes when I do this, I actually do columns and just put multiplication as I go along. 7 times 7 times 7 times 7, 7 times 7 times 7 times 7, and then one more here, 7 times 7 times 7 times 7, and then make sure I have that little multiplication so I know it's coming down here. So I look at this. Oops, I forgot to close that parenthesis. Better do that. When I do that, I keep the same base, which is 7, 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So again, we get 7 to the 20th power. Then, if I was to do my rule, I would write down the base, and then I would just multiply my exponents. And when I do that, I still amazingly get the same answer of 7 to the 20th power. Then, I'm going to do the next one. It says k to the 7th written 2 times. So I have enough space down here. I'm going to do it down here. K, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice that I do have a multiplication symbol here. I'm not making it a quotient. I just don't have a ton of room, so I'm writing it down below. So that comes out to k to the, there's 7 here, there's 7 more, so that's 14. Or I could do it with the rule. So k raised to the 7 times 2 will get me k to the 14th power. Then last but certainly not least, I have my w's. And yes, there are a lot of them, so I am going to write them up above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And then multiply, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So when I do that, how many total W's do I have? I have 20 of them. How can I figure that out? Using my rules. I multiply 10 times 2, and I get W to the 20th power. Okay, so I hope you understand the power rule. We'll be doing the product power rule and the quotient power rule in just a moment.